Choose heads or tails? Tails. Okay, good luck. Best of 5. Frame number 1. Bulcsú Révész to break.
Good morning, everyone. So we're going slightly early onto this match. Both players were ready. They've had the 5 minutes practice. So why not get slightly ahead of schedule? We've seen a lot of him now at Go-Go Sport here. Bulcsú Révész. He's also had a great week. He ended up winning the European Under-18s for the 2nd time in a row. Also winning the World Under-19s in Albania last month, getting his 2-year tour card for the start of next season. Great pot.
Wow.
Bulcsú technically not a professional until he plays in his first event. So that's why he can still play in all these amateur events.
Oskar Charlesworth 1.
Oskar Charlesworth. Currently, I believe, Austria's number 2 behind Florian. Clearly a very capable player. So this should be a really interesting game. It's a big game for Oskar. He lost his first game yesterday to Germany's Robin Otto. So a lot of pressure on him. He needs to win this match if he's going to be qualifying the group.
Bulcsú Révész 1.
Bulcsú playing the black with his opposite hand, but he was stretching, trying to avoid the green. It was difficult.
One.
Well, this is nice. Pink will pot's right corner. It's hard to tell from this camera angle.
Seven. Eight. Oskar Charlesworth 8.
No, it's nice and positive, bringing the black cushion. You getting really good cue ball. Doesn't look like there's an easy path back to baulk now. Really aggressive shot in playing the reds thick and opening them up. So this main table 1 is a different table to the rest of them. The other tables in the main arena are all star tables. This one a Rasson.
One.
Had a little bit of experience on this table. Had a practice session booked on there yesterday morning. And it does seem like these pockets are slightly more generous than the others.
8.
But still not big by any means.
Nine.
He's a really confident, really fluent player. His Bulcsú is really nice to see him when he gets in the balls. Yeah, that was an aggressive shot as well. He had 4 open
22.
reds, didn't need to go into them.
Bulcsú Révész, 22.
Well, it was close. I wonder Bulcsú could get to the centre of the cue ball. It's really tight whether he could. Also trying to judge the cannon to the red ring. Pot a little bit harder. Maybe he just took his eye off the pot. So he's tried to get the cover. Doesn't look like he's got it. But if the black doesn't pot to left corner, it's still going to be really difficult for Bulcsú to get on a colour.
1.
Yeah, playing it with so much top spin and power, that's always on to hold the cue ball
Yellow ball, thank you.
down this side of the table. So as long as he's got the pot, he can play a good safety shot himself.
Bulcsú Révész, 1.
So he needed the cover. Looks like he's got it. That's a really clever shot. Playing safe off the red and using it to bring the reds away from the pocket. So this has been caught far too thick. He's not got away with it. He has left this red to left corner. If it's straight enough, won't be a problem getting on the black. Just top the cue ball off the black cushion and up for black to right corner. But if there's a little bit more angle, I'll have to stun the cue ball across the face of the black. Play the white off two cushions. Oh, that's tied things up, pushing the pink and black close together. Yeah, clearly in a lot of trouble there. Bulcsú. Felt like he was forced into taking the long red.
One.
Not ideal angle on blue. Looks like he's got an angle to force the cue ball in and out of ball. Yeah, it's nicely played. Really nice line.
6.
The cue ball. So I'm sure we'll be looking to use the blue. First taking the open 4 reds.
7.
Really important to be getting the right side of the blue every time, but it takes a little bit of the pressure off knowing there's a red on the bolt cushion that you can always play on if he does finish the wrong side of the blue. There is some distance between that red and the bolt cushion, so it's not too difficult.
$12.
Well, he clearly thought he had too much angle on the blue. Couldn't just drop it in.
$30.
Great pot. Definitely has the angle on the blue now where he can Just drop it on, maybe just use the side cushion to finish on the 2 reds to left corner.
$18. 19.
Yeah, so he's done really well getting on these blues. If he has the angle, he could potentially try and bring the left-hand side off. It looks like he's digging down, just playing the shot. Maybe he had too much angle on the blue.
24.
The 2 more difficult reds.
25.
Both of them not too close to the cushion. So it doesn't really need to play a cannon. You can play in behind the red. That's not a problem. This is going to be a little bit too hard.
30.
Well, had the perfect line on the cue ball again. A little bit softer, he'd have had the red to either the green pocket or right centre. He's got himself a nice 15-point lead in this frame now. It might make a difference, especially with the green
Oskar
tight to the side
Charlesworth,
cushion.
30.
If he was to get in first again, he wouldn't need the green.
Please switch off the phones.
Well, the players being disturbed by a phone going off. Luckily, Bulcsú wasn't down on the shot when the phone went off, and clearly wasn't put off by it. He's played a nice shot. Well, we've seen it again. Oskar just catching some of the safety shots too thick. Well, it's a nice first round. It's going to be really hard work for Bulcsú to win the frame. From this visit, he's going to need pink.
Six.
So he's just having a look about what he can do with the green. Whether he can finish with an angle on the brown to try and develop it, stay on the yellow. Surely, if you can finish straight enough on the yellow, pot the yellow, leave yourself a nice angle once it's respotted to then try and develop the green. Looks like he's going to try this shot though. Well, is he going to get another chance? Not quite got the angle.
9.
Yellow again. So surely, just make sure of the yellow and play safe in the green.
11.
Well, he snookered himself, clearly trying to screw the cue ball into the brown.
Foul and a miss. Oskar Charlesworth.
So close,
4.
but he has missed it.
Foul and a miss.
Same shot
Oskar
again.
Charlesworth. 4.
So it has now made a difference in this frame. Bulcsú's gone from just needing down to and including the pink to now needing the black to win the frame. And also 12 points in it. Oskar now doesn't need the blue, just green and brown to leave Bulcsú needing the snooker. Nicely played. So now, surely, Oskar Charlesworth forced to bring either the pink or the black off the cushion. So this green is potentially cuttable. Be so thin. Black also making it awkward to get the cue ball back up the table for the brown. So it looks close to whether Oskar can get through to the potting angle of the green, but it's going to be really difficult for him to get up close to the brown. For that reason, it was a safety shot, and he's played this really, really well. Now really is keeping the pressure on Bulcsú in the first frame. Well, I don't think Bulcsú was playing to catch the green that thin. I think he's okay. Oskar could have maybe had a go at the green. Brought the cue ball back slightly for the brown. But even if he caught the jaws and left the green down the table, he was always risking bringing the pink off the cushion. And at the moment, that's a nice bit of insurance for Oskar, especially Bulcsú needing the black. Well, it's also really fortunate as well, getting the blue close to the cushion. Wow, that was a really good safety exchange. Two players, that being the first half decent chance of attempting a pot. The only problem was he was never going to get on the brown. Oskar from attempting the green.
Seven.
With Bulcsú in the first play to pot green and brown. That makes things more awkward for Oskar.
Bulcsú
Now
Révész,
needs
7.
a safe pink himself. So he's pushed the pink into quite a nice position for himself. If he could pot the blue and get on the pink, he will be confident being able to drop that down the cushion. It's more difficult for Bulcsú, where he needs to play it with more power and get for the black. So that is not a good safety shot. Bulcsú just decided to be aggressive and try and bring the pink off the cushion. So surely just the one good pot now for Oskar.
5.
Right in the middle of the pocket. So there won't be any mistake with this pink. And after really hard
Oskar
fought
Charlesworth,
first
11
frame,
and frame.
goes to Austria's Oskar Charlesworth.
Frame number 2, Oskar Charlesworth to break.
Oskar's teammate from Austria, Florian Nusel. He was 2-0 up in his match. It's currently being played on table 4. And Jack Borwick, he was 2-0 up. It's now gone 2-2. He is in front in the decider. One red left. But that'd definitely be an upset if Jack Borwick can manage to make a little comeback in that decider. So is there a gap between the green and blue to get to a thin edge of one of the reds? Looks like there is. Yeah, we're here. Bulcsú's apology. He ended up catching the red too thin, and cue ball ended up flicking off 2 reds on its way back to the bulk end. Yeah, the brown there was a really nice target. Oskar to try and cannon keeping cue ball tight to the bulk cushion. Well, that's a wonderful pot.
1. Five. Six.
Well, Bulcsú got too much into the cue ball. He was trying to find the gap through to playing the black. It still looks like he's on the pink though. In playing the pink, you won't be able to avoid the red that's next to it. He'll be a little bit unsure where the cue ball's going to go. So he's definitely got a red to the right centre. But he prefers this red along the black cushion.
13.
So can't be straight on this red.
20.
I think he's okay. Top the cue ball off 2 cushions. If he is straight.
Quiet, please.
Yeah, he had enough angle to just stun off the
21.
one cushion. And now he's got a nice angle. He can play a cannon to the red directly above the black. The other to right corner. Nicely played. So he's done really well. Bulcsú in clearing the reds around the black spot makes things a lot easier for him.
29.
Might need to play a cannon. really deep on the cue ball and screw into the larger cluster, or he can play a small cannon to one of the two reds on the left-hand side. Yeah, he was playing the cannon to the right-hand side of the red
36.
that he hit. In getting a cannon to the right-hand side, he was going to be on one of the two reds to left corner. So playing with his opposite hand again. That wasn't an easy part, but he's played it well.
37.
Can easily screw the cue ball down the table now for a choice of reds. Well, it was a little bit straight
40.
to be able to play the cue ball down the right-hand side of the table. But he couldn't have played that any better. He's got a lovely angle on this red now to just drop it in dead weight.
41.
This has been really nice. He's got the open red on the left-hand side that he can play on now. Too much angle. He'll have to go down for blue or bolt colour now, but that shouldn't be a problem at all.
$49.
So quite a lot of angle on this blue. I decided to play the cannon. Maybe was forced into that.
54.
So he has shoved the black tight to the cushion, but shouldn't be a problem.
55.
His reds are split well enough now. He can win the frame just using blues and pinks. He doesn't need to do too much more. Just need a couple of reds. Well, looking at the score
61.
again, a red and black now would be enough, even red and pink. So I wonder if he has an angle on this red to try and develop the black. It's a little bit risky, but you only need a red and colour, but if you've got nothing else.
62.
Yeah, seems easy enough. Perfectly on the black now. So, really nice break, Bulcsú.
69.
This red will make sure of the frame.
70.
And now he'll be looking to clear the table, try and make the highest break of this tournament so far. Currently only 2 centuries have been made, but
76.
it's really early on. Most players only haven't played one game. Highest break currently 102. There's also been 100 by Robin Hull today.
Bulcsú Révész, 76.
Well, that's a shame. We're all there for him. But it's enough, more importantly, to win the frame. So Oskar didn't do too much wrong in that frame. So at the start of this frame, I said Florian and Jack Borwick were on the last red. They're still playing safeties on the blue. That's how quick that last frame was with a 76 break by Bulcsú. Well, it's going to be hard for Jack Borwick. He does need one snooker. He's 19 behind with 18 on the table. So it's looking like Florian will win that match, and Oskar looking to do the same as his Austrian teammate. Still is a small chance, even with Oskar losing this match. There is still a small chance that he could qualify the group. We saw it, I believe, in both the under-16s and 18s, where there was a group of 4, and as long as Bulcsú beats everyone, could happen where the other 3 players all beat each other. So there'll be someone qualifying having only won 1 match. It all depends on if you have best frame average.
Foul and a miss. Bulcsú Révész 4.
Well, so close. So it looks like there's some small disturbances with people walking through the room. They might all be coming off from watching Florian. That game has just finished.
Quiet, please.
Florian did manage to win that match 3-2. So nicely played. He has left a red to the left centre. Doesn't have to take it on, he can always try and drop into the pack off the right hand side cushion. He'd seen another safety shot. He's played it nicely, got the cover to the red closest to right centre with the brown. Oskar will be looking to do the same. He's not managed to get the cover this time to the red to left centre. So it's not too easy of a pot, but definitely a nice path that Bulcsú can play with the cue ball. And stunning just to the left of the blue, down off 2 cushions.
One.
So he's not on the pink, but he's been really fortunate if he's nicely on the blue. If he's relatively straight, that's a really good result. So after his 76 break in the previous frame, he is first in again.
Seven.
Well, never really ideal being straight in these sorts of positions, but he's okay. Screw back off the side cushion for the red to right centre.
$14. $15.
Well, it might be a little bit early to go into them, but they do look really inviting. To play the cue ball straight down into the reds. Definitely doesn't have to. Yeah, just playing on the loose red to right corner.
20. $21.
Yeah, that's nicely played. Going to make it a little bit more awkward to go into from the blue now with the pink going on its own spot.
27.
But that won't be too much of a problem. He'll have gained a nice lead before then. Not to go into the reds from the black. He's got an angle now to stun down for the black or pink if he can finish. Higher up on the pink to right centre. It's never really ideal going into the reds that way, but it's an option. Well,
34.
can't afford to be straight. It does look really straight on the black. Yeah, and he was. It's too straight
41.
to go into the pack, so try to develop the red side cushion. Potentially looking at the double to right centre.
Bulcsú Révész, 41.
It's not there, but it looks like he's got cover. He's got a nice 45-point lead. Oskar clearly thinking that he had a good chance to cover the red with either the yellow or brown, but there's a gap between them. So straight away another chance for Bulcsú. So if he's got the angle, he could decide he wants to go into the reds, but ideally getting down for the red to the right of the black. So all about pace. Looks good.
3. Four.
So he didn't quite have an ideal angle. Let's try and play a cannon. It's not worked out too bad. Still got a shot on the black.
Eleven.
Oh, so close.
Bulcsú Révész, 11.
Might have got the cover, the blue, but even if he has, it'll only be a slight swerve to the cushion to be able to pop the red. So he's playing the swerve. Clearly won't know exactly where the cue ball's going though.
1.
Yeah, maybe got too much into the cue ball, too much
Green
swerve.
ball, thank you.
Obviously, you didn't want to risk missing the red, but just slightly cushion first would have been more ideal.
Oskar Charlesworth, 1.
So Bulcsú having to play safe off the 5 reds, that'll open them up. It's definitely more ideal for Oskar. So they are all there. It's nothing safe. Oskar could get in here. He's hit it too hard.
1.
The usual shot would be to get the cue ball back to Bulk, but there's a shot to nothing. But on that shot, I thought you had to be a little bit more aggressive and finish short of the Bulk colours. Maybe a little bit fortunate that he's finished nicely on the brown to right centre. So he's
5.
left himself a nice angle on the red. Top the cue ball off 2 cushions for the black. It's tight to the cushion now. Big shot.
Oskar Charlesworth, 5.
Yeah, it's not there. Bulcsú red to the left centre, and surely he did manage to get that. He'd have a choice of pink and blue, and that'd probably be frame over. Well, he didn't like it. A little bit surprised. Usually he's a really aggressive player. Take that. A shot similar to that on. So needs to be really careful with the shot he plays here, Bulcsú. Doesn't look ideal to try and drop onto any of the reds around the black. So it looks as he's digging down on the cue ball. He can get through to the red below the green. Didn't know where the red was going, but played cue ball really well. Well, if the blue is on its spot, I'm sure that will have covered the red. Yeah, so another swerve around the blue needed. This one is difficult between blue and pink. Yeah, that's a great shot. Is he going to be on the black?
1.
Oh, surely. It'd be worth taking something on. If he has a natural angle on the blue to avoid the yellow up and down the table, also an option. But you don't want to dig too much down in the cue ball and risk missing this pot. Just make sure of it.
Oskar
you had-
Charlesworth, 1.
Did have a better chance of being on a red, digging down on the black. Made the pot a lot harder, I think. Yeah, you're always going to cannon the red. Just play it more naturally towards the top of the cue ball. Make sure of the pot. So everything's still there. Oskar with a chance to pot this red to left centre. Yeah, that was a massive shot. And that is going to cost him his third frame.
One. 6, 7,
So Bulcsú putting a lot of pressure. Oskar, I'm sure
13,
he is thinking that this match is going to be one that he needs to win in order to qualify the group.
14, 17, 18, 24, 26, 29, 33, 38, 44, 'Bulcsú Révész, 51 and frame.
So on the scoreline in that frame, it looked like Bulcsú really did dominate, but Oskar had his chance. That was the long red, brown to middle, and also right at the end he had the red to left centre. These middle pockets are playing really tight. We've seen a lot of misses to them, especially at acute angles, but he was right behind the red. And it was an important shot. It's ended up clearly costing him the frame. But he's definitely under a lot of pressure now. He needs to win the last two frames in order to win the match. It's Bulcsú Révész. Bulcsú now looking really confident. And he leads 2 frames to 1.
Frame number 4, Oskar Charlesworth to break. Foul and a miss, Oskar Charlesworth, 4.
Yeah, shouldn't be too much of a problem. This, I mean, needs to be a little bit careful not to miss this, and with the 3 miss rule. But even if Bulcsú was to miss again this time, there's other easy safety shots that he can play where he's playing to hit the red much thicker. One above the black, he can play to hit the left-hand side of that.
Foul
So
and miss,
he has missed it
Oskar Charlesworth,
again.
4.
So this will be put back again, definitely, and he's going to need to find another safety shot to play. I'm sure the red
Warning you.
above the
If you
black,
miss this time, you will
he'll be
lose the
playing it
frame.
much thicker to play safe off that one. You can also try and play a dump shot as well. The 3 reds below the black roll covering each other, but looks like he's playing the red above the black. Yeah, and he aimed on the thick side of things and it's got it a little bit too thick. So nice angle on this red to go down for the black.
One. Eight.
Yeah, it was nicely played. Wanted to try and clear this red straight away, so you can open the black into both pockets.
9. 16. $17.
You can see with Oskar's technique, his stance, he's really tall. He's having to bend both legs quite a lot to get down to the table. Typically, a right-handed player would have
24.
their right leg as straight as possible to try and reduce some movement on the shot. With them bent, there's always a chance that you can move slightly up and down, but you do see some players, especially the taller ones, with where they have both legs bent. Judged that really
25.
well. Just really thin on the red, had to play the cannon to the pink. To catch the right part of the pink to shove it over the left middle is a really accurate shot.
$31. $32. $39.
He's taken these well so far. Plenty of open reds still. Clearly the 3 reds on the right hand side, also the top left hand red of the little pack. Wow.
Oskar Charlesworth, 39.
Yeah, that was a big shot. You can just see how well Bulcsú's opened the reds. He knew he was going to do that.
1.
So a bit of relief for Oskar. Missing the red to left centre. He's not been punished. He's got a good chance now to win this 4th frame.
$8. 9. 16. 17. 23.
So already got really nice lead in this frame. Clearly just needs a red.
24.
And now this black will put him 78 points in front, 75 left on the table.
Quiet, please.
that's not what you need. Disturbance, like the people talking on frame ball. But thankfully,
31.
no problems, no mistakes. And he'll be wanting a red and black just to make sure.
$32. $39. $40. $47. $48. $55. $56.
Well, he's looking really confident now, Oskar. That'll do him a lot of good going into this decider. The one mistake, missing the red to left corner. Sorry, the left centre. Was he left? Bulcsú a chance with a red to left corner.
64.
So this looks too hard. It's not going to be ideal on the red.
71.
No, not ideal at all. You'll still have a go at potting it off the side cushion, but you feel really good.
Foul. Oskar Charlesworth, 71 and frame.
Going into this decider, and it's going to be a big frame.
Okay.
So Bulcsú getting us started in this deciding frame. It's been a really good standard so far. Bulcsú having breaks 76. And then a 48 and a 51 in the third frame to take a 2-1 lead. And then Oskar also having a 40 and a 70. Yeah, that was a poor shot. Really poor safety from Oskar. He's got away with it. May within shoving the red to the right middle. This may be a big pocket. It looks like Bulcsú wants to go at the red. Yeah, clearly that was really difficult. But he thought it was worth a go. So it's a little bit awkward. Black doesn't go on its own spot. Have to use the pink and blue until he can take the red off the black spot. But a few open reds he can work with straight away. And it goes without saying, it's always ideal getting that first chance in, well, any frame, but especially deciding frames. Yeah, it wasn't ideal. It was a little bit awkward. Trying to come off the side cushion and down below the red he's closest to.
Oskar Charlesworth 6.
So with the first red, the opening red to the right centre, with how easy that was, he'll be really disappointed to only make 6. Well, he's got the cover. So Bulcsú now trying to play red onto the one closest to left corner. Yeah, that's good enough. So Oskar now always having to be aware of the reds going over the left corner. Looked like that was always going to happen, playing off the red he did. But it's not a problem as long as he gets the cover.
One.
Well, it was easy enough. Where Bulcsú could play the plant. So it does look like a better chance Bulcsú's got here compared to the previous one from Oskar. Black spot. He's now free. So once the black spot to the right corner, that'll make things a lot easier.
Bulcsú Révész 1.
Oh, that's a surprising miss.
One.
That's nicely played.
7.
Got a nice angle on the shred to come back down for the pink. Pink spot. Clearly covered. That's not a problem.
8.
A little bit surprised they're back up to the blue. But he's nicely on it. Got to be thinking about how he wants to go into the reds
13.
now. I was thinking previously if he could have held for the pink, he can play a cannon to the left-hand red of the pack. Don't have to play it too hard. You're always guaranteed the red to left corner.
$14.
So as long as he can get through to the pink, he can play the cue ball between the black and the red, come up for the loose red into the same pocket. So now surely got to be
20.
thinking about getting low on this pink with an angle to go into the reds.
$21. Oskar Charlesworth 21.
Yeah, they didn't look like the best setup for the reds to go into. So he's tried to play with a little bit more pace and misses the pink. But in missing the pink thin, the cue ball only just glanced the reds. That's a really nice saved shot for Bulcsú, opening all the reds really nicely. Good cue ball. Puts a lot of pressure on the safety shot from Oskar. He's got to catch it really thin to avoid the red on the right hand side. Yeah, he's not managed to. So is there a red to left centre, Bulcsú? If not, Oskar might have got away with it. I mean, he was never going to leave a red past the pink into the left corner, but depending on how the cue ball glanced off the red that was on the right hand side of the table, he did have the chance to leave a red to the left centre. So this could potentially become an incredibly scrappy frame if both players keep playing safe on the reds, nudging them closer and closer to the pink. Well, it's a very ambitious red to go for Oskar. He might have got away with it. It's obviously left Bulcsú a chance. One of the two reds to the right hand black pocket, but both really difficult. There's a lot of pressure on them. Surely he'll be leaving a pot for Oskar if he does miss. And Oskar's the one already has a 26-point lead in this frame. Wonderful shot and a lovely cannon to the red that puts it into a much more favourable position. So now, with one good positional shot on the next red, you've got to try and get on the pink.
Eight. Nine.
So this looks like he's played this really nicely. It's always going to be on the black. Had the chance to be on the pink. If he can find a path for the cue ball to get between the reds, leave a few of them close to the pocket, that would be ideal. Not a great shot. He's still got it. He's going to have a shot to cut the red in to left centre. But it's going to be difficult now. Need to be careful as well. He's first of all focus on the pot, but in a good pace to get back down for the blue.
16.
Well, that's perfect. Well played.
Twenty-one. 22. 27.
So already got himself in front in this frame.
28.
So potting that red, he's just left himself with one more easy red over the pocket. He's then gonna have to play some good shots to keep the break going. It's all about good cue ball control.
34.
If you can get nicely on the reds, they're easy enough to drop down cushion.
35.
But if you can't get close to the reds, you're having to play them from slightly more range, then they become really difficult.
42.
Wow, this is difficult. He's also playing this with his opposite hand.
Bulcsú Révész, 42.
Yeah, if you've just got half an inch more on the cue ball, it'd have been a bit easier. He could have got more to the centre of the cue ball without having to jack the cue up so much over the red. That's not a good shot. It was a really good chance to get the cue ball in behind green and yellow. So the green's gone in a slightly awkward position for Bulcsú, cueing over the top of it, but got a chance at the long red.
1.
A wonderful pot. Well, it looks like he's hit this too hard.
8.
A little bit surprised. Originally, I thought he was going to try and play a cannon to the pink.
Bulcsú Révész, 8.
So he did leave himself with a slightly tricky safety shot. Had to catch the red so thin. So that was a big shot. I had to play it positively and just stun the cue ball for the blue, but leaving the cue ball in the middle of the table always means that you can leave the red on.
1.
So I'm sure he was playing for the blue to left centre, but it's finished nicely on to the corner. So the second half of this decider,
Six.
Bulcsú's played really well. A few nice long pots to give him these chances. So just steadying himself with the opposite hand again. This is frame ball. Oh, well played.
7.
Oskar Charlesworth had a 26-point
Nine.
lead at the start of the frame when he decided to play really ambitious pot
11.
down the right hand side cushion to the black pocket, attempting to screw the backup save.
Bulcsú Révész 11.
He's coming back to the table. He nearly got away with it when he went for the long red. 26 points in front. Bulcsú potted really good long red to give himself the chance to come back into this frame. So I'm sure if this green disappears, there will be a handshake. But it's not. So it's 3 snookers needed. It's a big ask, but definitely worth playing on. Such a big frame that could end up getting you through your group. So things get harder for Oskar. So it's worked out well. Pink and black going close together is a nice target for a snooker. So it's a good line. A bit too hard.
Foul.
Well,
Bulcsú
misses the
Révész,
green
frame number
completely.
match.
So 4 snookers would be too much for Oskar. And he shakes Bulcsú's hand, so Oskar now relying on some luck to be able to qualify this group, having lost his first 2 games. But he couldn't have got much closer in this match. Played a wonderful frame, 2-1 down, to force a decider. Couldn't manage it. It was all from that shot. It's 26 points in front, giving Bulcsú the chance. If it's a really big shot that Bulcsú played, the long red, giving him a chance to win the frame. With Oskar's 26-point lead, I'm sure he'd have done enough if he got the same chance that Bulcsú had. So this match finishing just in time to get the next players in. The next game is scheduled for 2 o'clock. It'll go on a little bit late, but that's just because the players need 5 minutes practice each and to clean the table for the next game. In that match we have the under-16 champion and the under-18 finalist, Vladislav Gradinari. I'm sure that will be another really good game. It always is with Vlad. I won't be in the commentary for that game. I have a scheduled match. The session after is scheduled at 4 p.m. I've been Callum Beresford. Thanks a lot for joining us. Hope you enjoy the next game and see you later tonight. Thanks a lot.